everybody is an overnight success. The success comes by utilizing the 5 daily practices. Everybody is an overnight success by utilizing the behaviors to get you where you want to be. Everyone's an overnight success by detaching themselves from an outcome that they have no control over.
Mr. Meltzer, let's kick off this incredible Friday training with your takeaway of the month. And I know we had one hell of a month this week alone with office hours and the 70-some interviews that took place. But what has been your takeaway for the month of October?
Oh, I had so many great takeaways, but the takeaway came late in the game from Roy Kataya, one of my dear friends and executive producer of Go Fund Yourself, former CEO of Verb, and we just had a beautiful exit for $525 million 8 weeks ago. So congratulations, Roy. No doubt you had my takeaway of the day when he said, if you think or can do somebody else's job better on your team than they can, then go find a new team member. It's the wrong team member. So if you're a great leader, you need to hire people above you that are capable of doing things better than what you can do. And so if you feel like you can do better than your team members at what they do, then go find a different team member. And that doesn't mean at this stage of the game they can do it, but if they don't have the capability or the desire to do so, go find another team member. And so I thought it was a great one for all of those OCD overachievers that try to do everything. Make sure you have the right team members, and that's absolutely been a secret sauce. But you need to pour into those team members. You know, people are amazed by our team members, from Colleen to Mikey to Nick to Marissa to Chris, all the amazing people, and the list goes on. Mitra and Desi and whoever else is in there. They're just amazing people, but we pour into them every Monday, Wednesday, Friday. This is a mandatory Friday training for my team. And then we have a Friday meeting, mandatory. We have a Monday meeting. We have Monday Ask Me Anythings. We have a variety of things that we continually go over, those values, daily practices, and execution models every single annoying Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, because I am repetitive and honest, and I'm not afraid to be annoying. But more importantly, make sure that you have the right team members. So if you can do things better than your team and their potential, get a new team member. I love that takeaway. All right, Wammer, what's your takeaway for the month of October? And happy Halloween, by the way. You can't see Nick. He has an amazing costume on right now. Are you a hobbit? Are you a hobbit, or what exactly are you?
Oh, why are you going to be like that?
I'm kidding.
No,
He's wearing a mall bonnet.
Yeah, I was going to say I have a mall bonnet hat and a former mastermind hoodie that we had. But
is that Indy 500 mastermind hoodie?
Yeah, it is.
Oh,
it
nice.
is one of my favorite events we've done. We got to get back here in 2026. Let's make it happen. But my takeaway the month of October was nothing changes if nothing changes. And I've shared that takeaway before, but I actually say it this month with a lot more pride than I think I ever have in the past. I've really done, and I have the pride because my actions actually align with the words that I say, in the sense that I've made some different changes in my life of actually making sure that I put myself first as a priority so I can actually serve my best self for others, and not just talking it, but actually walking it and feeling that inside has created a great sense of not only pride, but fulfillment, and even a deeper depth of self-love that I know that I needed. So it's been a really, really incredible month, and I look forward to compounding the aggregate of positive behavior here as we roll into November. But as a reminder for everybody, whether you're looking to make a change or whether you're looking to improve, nothing changes if nothing changes, and it all starts with action. So that was my takeaway for the month of October. And I know we have so many incredible friends here, both online.
Hold on, Nick. Hold on.
You want to jump in on it?
Yeah, that's how we do this here. So you give a takeaway, and then I try to give some commentary or insight on the takeaway. That's been the format for, 28 years of takeaways. But is that okay, or should we just move on? But even more importantly, Sylvia Brown just said the pre-order scan is not working on our multicast. And so we are launching Don't Do Business with Dicks at Super Bowl, and we have a long tail during this whole entire football season to pre-order Don't Do Business with Dicks. And I just want to make sure either that it's on her side or our side. Technologically, want to make sure we're solid. Nothing changes unless you change. Is that your takeaway?
Nothing changes if nothing changes.
But I would assume that it would be you that would need to change in accordance to taking care of yourself, correct? Or because I'm just confused by the meaning that you're giving it comparatively. So nothing changes unless nothing. Say again.
Nothing changes if nothing changes. So you're not going to see any change.
But everything changes except for time, right? So everything changes, but in the context, I think it's important to understand the meaning you're giving it. So if other people change, then does that mean you change? Or what resonates with you is that what I thought maybe resonated with you is kind of on the Xanders and Dr. Wayne Dyer front of change the way you look at things and the things you look at change. And so or in Gandhi, right? Every change begins with you. Or does it have a different meaning? I'm just curious. Like it's your takeaway, not mine, but I'm trying to get some insight on what that means to you.
I think whether it's myself or whether it's others that I've seen in the past, we can talk the talk about wanting to create change in our lives or for ourselves. But if we don't actually take action in alignment with that desire, we're not going to see any results.
Okay. And so you're saying for everyone, if basically change the way you look at things, the things you look at change. But if you're not willing to do the work to change, then nothing's going to change.
Correct.
Okay. All right, cool. No, I just, a lot of times, in the subtleties of success, in this study of understanding intentionality, a lot of people hear something and it sounds good, like nothing changes if nothing changes. And they don't really think about what that means. I'll sit on a stage and people will come up literally afterwards and say, that's amazing. That changed my life. And I'll say, why? And what did I say? What's your takeaway? And so one of the things that, I love to tell people is, don't let shit slip by, right? Ask the uncomfortable questions. That's where growth is. Every problem and struggle has a solution in it. It's just a lapse of time to find the resolution. So I love to understand people's perspectives. And I really, that resonates with me because I think the greatest challenge that I have is wanting change for other people more than they want it for themselves. And for them, nothing's going to change unless something changes.
Exactly. You have to be the one to actually want it enough to take action rather than sitting by and thinking that circumstance and coincidences are going to create themselves, when it's the attention and intention that has to come from you if you really desire to make that change.
Right on. Cool. Very good. All right. Now Beautiful. You can move on. Sorry for rudely interrupting you and clarifying.
No. That's on me. That is 100% on me. But with that said, I was so excited. That's why I wanted to get right.
Yeah, I could tell you were excited. I had to slow you down.
We have so many requests here between online and here in the Breakfast with Champions. And it's always a pleasure and an honor to introduce our first guest for Takeaway of the Month and or Ask Me Anything. I have a feeling he may bring both, but we have Mr. Brian Swift here. Happy Friday, Brian. It has been a little while, my friend, but it's always good to see you and hear your voice. What do you have for us on this? Happy Halloween.
Happy Halloween, gentlemen and ladies. So I've been really trying to apply this, which is, what are you doing to interfere with your success? Because I think we're so caught up in what do I need to learn? Who do I need to talk to? And doing that self-analysis and that, looking in the mirror, I've been really working on that. And I think I find more immediate answers with asking myself, what am I doing to interfere with my success?
Yeah, I think, Brian, that's a key component of the paradigm shift that I tried and have experienced. And just, I am blank. What am I doing to interfere with blank? So I am happy. What am I doing to interfere with being happy. I'm healthy. What am I doing to interfere with healthy? I am successful. What am I doing to interfere with success? And I think that's why most people, you just stated, search for wisdom, right? What do I need to do? What do I need to think, say, believe? Who can I talk to? How can I work harder? Whatever. And, trust me, I spell luck like most successful people, WORK. But that doesn't mean the WORK is spent trying to go get something. It's more, what am I doing to interfere with it? And the WRK is in the realm of awareness of the response to the reaction to the fear, the shortening of the distance of resistance that I am, instead of I want to be, or this is not available to me, that it's missing. It's not what I want, that I'm looking for. And this simple paradigm shift that you're talking about uh, requires faith that there is already more than enough of everything. There's already the omniscient, all power, infinite source, and you're a resource of that infinite source. And if you're a resource of the infinite source, then you must be interfering with all that the source has to offer in health, wealth, success, family, whatever it is you desire. And we are spending our time much more productively by figuring out what we're doing to interfere with it than trying to go get it. Does that sound fair?
Absolutely. And I got to say, I've been blessed to be a part of your groups, not just here on Fridays, but Wednesdays and Mondays, and listening to the Nick Awam, because I find myself sharing more and more of what I hear. So not only do I benefit, but the people I serve or speak to benefit from the wisdom that I hear from you guys. And not just that, but reading again the Napoleon Hill books just reminds you and brings to surface so many things to apply. So thank you for everything you do.
Thank you as well. It's interesting because of the repetitive and honest intentions of trying to help others and empower others. It was interesting when we were filming in Vegas, which are very active days. We're doing a variety of activities, 72 total interviews, and I still carry the coaching calls and different business development aspects of what I do, and a VIP dinner and a meetup, and just so much going on. But we still manage. In fact, we stay at the Conrad at Resorts World across the street from the Wynn, because it has the best gym in Las Vegas, next to the Dragon's Den with Flex Lewis. But that's a hike. And so we stay at the Conrad, and I had a PT with me, helping me with my daily routine, which includes cardio, stretching, strength, and balance. And it was interesting because I've been doing push-ups since I probably was 5 years old. And I've been doing the same type of push-ups since I was 5 years old. And the PT, this amazing doctor, Dr. Samantha Hart, who's actually hosted Clubhouse before on Fridays, she's looking at me going, make this, your head's up, put your head down. And then I want you to do this, kind of rounding at the top of the push-up. And, she said, because eventually you're going to have nerve damage in your neck, and eventually you might have a bulging disc, and you're not getting the most out of that push-up. Now, this was a very subtle difference, but I've been doing it for 52 years. 52 years, I haven't gotten the most out of a push-up. And I don't know if it's 10% better, or, if it diminishes the damage 10%, or 20, 30, 40, 50, or 80, or 90%. But just in its aggregate, imagine the difference in the outcomes in my life if I was doing a push-up interfering with my health, the nerve damage that it could have been doing, or my strength, because I wasn't getting the most out of the effort. And hit me immediately. And Mikey and Nick were in the gym with me, and, just so proud that everybody is taking care of themselves first before we have these active days at, 5 a.m. And we would have been there earlier, but for the fact they opened at 5. But I was just thinking, wow, someone like Brian is gets what I talk about when it's just simply studying your calendar. You know, it's like a push-up. How many times have you looked at your calendar since you've been whatever age? But what if you're not keeping your head down or rounding your shoulders correctly, and you're missing 90% of the productivity, or 80% or 10%, and you're looking at that calendar 5 days, 7 days a week? I don't know. But it really hit home that the subtleties of success are within the repetition and the interest that you give. And Brian, I just want to appreciate you and the repetition that you've given and the interest that you give.
Well, thank you. It's all due to you and Nick and your team. So they all get credit. And I think we get caught up in old adages like practice makes perfect. And I deny that. It's perfect practice that makes perfect.
Yes.
And there's a difference, but we get caught up in these old adages. Hey, I'm doing them, but are you doing them right? Are you looking? Are you doing that self-analysis, that checkup from the neck up, as Zig Ziglar would say? So thank you to you and your team.
Thank you, buddy. All right, Nick, I was excited as well. We got the Swiftie out of the way. Oh, by the way, Nick, did you get to interview Linda Cohn from ESPN?
I did.
Oh, yeah. How about when she said that she was a Swiftie in 2000 and because we brought up Travis Kelce? I was cracking up. She's probably one of the best interviews. Imagine your debut as an anchor person, and you get to interview the Hall of Fame, the longest running anchor person at ESPN, and the longest running woman sportscaster in the country, the Hall of Famer Linda Cohn, I think, was your first interview.
It does not get much better than that. I can say that for sure. And again,
by the way, she thought you're awesome too. So that's like Michael Jordan telling you you're good at basketball.
Right, or the Katie Couric saying, "Man, Dave, you're really good at this, huh?"
Yeah, I still remember that.
Yeah, that's amazing. And I want to keep us rocking and rolling here because we have so many requests, and we have DJ Dave Berlin, who is actually with us in studio this week.
Go DJ!
He's live here. Happy Halloween, Mr. Berlin. It's always good to see you here. Why don't you unmute yourself and share your takeaway or ask a question
or your favorite costume?
Hey, good morning, guys. If you hear music bumping in the background, I'm not DJing. I'm at the gym. But it was great seeing you guys. The big takeaway this month for me was if you don't know what you want, you can't have it. And if you can't write it down, you definitely can't have it. I had for Global Entrepreneurship Week this year, I was able to move mountains to get Tony Hsieh's theater at the headquarters of Zappos to kick off Global Entrepreneurship Week this year. And 2 days after we booked it, it got canceled. And because I knew what I wanted and what the community needed, I was able to make a few phone calls and ask for specifically what we needed. And we had a whole new venue. We have a whole new exciting lineup, and now we have a whole day of programming for Global Entrepreneurship Week here in Las Vegas. So it was a metaphor for so many other times in my life that I thought I knew what I wanted, but I couldn't communicate it. And now I know. If you don't know what you want, you can't have it.
That's awesome. Well, I want to tell you, Dave, the 5 daily practices work. And, just to remind everybody, and if anybody wants the 5 daily practices, it's exactly what David's describing of how he's accelerating, aggregating, compounding outcomes that he desires. And the first one is to know what you want. Personally, experientially, giving or receiving. Know what you want in the divine direction of where you think you want to be or better, and align the meaning of your past, the failures, setbacks, mistakes, defining moments, historical relevances with that to take out the limitations of self-image and imagination. And so I want to congratulate you of practicing that, knowing what you want in the divine direction, and then know who you can help and who can help you with what you want. And that's exactly what you're doing with Global Entrepreneurship Week in Las Vegas. You went out, and then when the universe laughs at you, or God laughs at you for having this well-developed plan, right? We have a divine detour by creating the how. So we know our what, it becomes a possibility. We know our who, it's a probability. We know your how, it's a perspective. And then knowing our now becomes reality. Prioritizing it, doing it now, doing it next, creating the protection, promotion, love, and perfection when things don't work out like we think they should, and then they work out better. This is how we apply our why and not search for something we already have, as Brian has suggested. And so when most people, as you indicated, live in a world of nothingness, pushing a boulder to the top of the hill just to have it roll down at the bottom of the hill for every single day, living the myth of Sisyphus that Camus explains in The Stranger, living in a world of nothingness, food in and food out every day is your entire existence. Change the way you look at things. Know your what, it'll become a possibility. Know your who, it'll become a probability. Know your how, it'll become your perspective. Know your now, it will become your reality. 100% of the things you do now become real. And apply your why. Stop searching for it. Figure out, as Brian suggests, what you're doing to interfere with the why and apply it by identifying how you react to fear and respond in a different trajectory, not accelerating in the wrong direction and what you don't want, what's missing, or what you don't have, but with what you want and who you can help and who can help you and how you're going to get that done. And then prioritizing it and doing it now and doing it next and continually applying your why. That's DJ Dave Berlin. He knows his 5 daily practices, the what, the who, the how, the now, and the why. If you'd like to practice those, I'll be happy to send you that guide. I have exercises and a training on that for free, and my book, david@dmeltzer.com, always pinned up everywhere, david@dmeltzer.com. I'll be happy to send you the 5 daily practices. All right, Wammer, it is almost halftime, and we're rocking and rolling on the 28th year as of October 11th, 20 days ago. That was my anniversary of 28 years of Free Friday trainings, and they have evolved, trust me, from a simple sales training to takeaways of the day or AMAs. It's amazing. Go ahead.
Absolutely. And I just want to point out for everybody, especially joining us online, the pre-order now QR code has been updated. So for Sylvie, I know she had mentioned something in the chat that has been fixed. So thank you for pointing that out. And we should be all set. Please, if anybody has any issues online with that QR code, make sure to put a note in the chat. But Sylvie, we got that fixed for you. So thank you for your patience. Now, with that said, Dave, we have so many friends here. I'm going to pass it over to the incredible Mr. Paul Logan.
Whoa.
Happy Friday, my friend. Always good to see you here. What do you got for us this fine Friday?
Good morning, guys. Happy Halloween.
Happy Halloween. What are you dressing up as? Rocky?
No, I'm Batman. You know that.
Oh, I knew that. Yes.
Yeah.
You know, when I was a kid, people asked me who my favorite superhero was, and I'd always it was pre-Iron Man. So I always said Batman, and they said why? I said because his superpower was really simple. It was just being rich, and I wanted to be rich like Batman.
That's funny. Yeah, people always ask me the same thing, and I always said it's because he's attainable. He's human. He's just taken himself to like the peak of physical, the martial arts, everything. So
he's financially. If he didn't have Alfred and all the toys, man, he would suck.
That's right. Got a quick takeaway because I was gone most of the month. So it was honestly from Mondays when we were talking about the whole imposter syndrome thing, and it kind of never goes away. We were talking about Hugh Jackman and stuff like that. So that was nice and comforting. Two quick questions though. One is about a buddy of mine. He's a CFO, and the company that he was working for is kind of dissolving. So I was wondering if I could maybe throw his name into the mix if you were looking, or not you, but if you know of anybody who was looking for someone. I mean, he was the CFO for Jack Pacific, Live Nation. He's working with them, so he knows his stuff with big companies. So just if you have any ideas, let me know.
Yeah, no, reach out. I'd love to help, and we'll figure out a good time to see how we can align, prioritize, and distribute or execute. It's easy.
Thank you, brother. Also, real quick, I'm heading down to San Diego area on Sunday for Timmy's thing.
Yeah, I'm good. I'm speaking at Timmy's thing.
That's what I thought. My question is, I was thinking about going down a day early, like Saturday. I wasn't sure if you were around or if you were doing something else.
Oh, well, I'll be in Orange County, so just give me a call.
Yeah.
Because my non-negotiable family time is
No, of course.
yeah, that would be the only thing. But for sure, I'll see you on Sunday.
Sounds good, brother. Thank you for everything you do, and Nick, thank you, and happy Halloween, guys. My problem is I've been hitting the 2 bags of candy that I've been buying for the little goblins coming tonight. I've been hitting it too hard,
dude. What do they say? Don't smoke your own stash or whatever. Yeah, don't eat your own stash.
Yeah, too late. That ship has sailed, brother.
Oh, okay. Well, reload and give it another try. That's what I always say.
All right, see you Sunday, my friend. Thank you again.
Save me a Reese's peanut butter cup.
You got it, man.
All right, thanks.
Bye-bye. I love it. Thank you so much, Paul. As always, we just hit halftime, ladies and gentlemen, so I'm going to do a quick reset of the room here. Of course, this is David Meltzer's Free Friday Trainings. He's been doing it for over 28 years, and today's topic is Takeaway of the Month and or Ask Me Anything. So for all of our friends here online, make sure you're putting your questions or your takeaways of the month in the chat. And for all of our friends here in the Breakfast with Champions, the best room and community on Clubhouse, if you are in the audience, use the hand icon to request to join the stage. If you are already on stage and have a takeaway to share or a question for David today, just put a quick note in the room chat and I will be happy to pass the mic over your way. Next up here, we're going to keep it live on Clubhouse. We have the Meltzer Double, who I know always has a very impactful takeaway or question for us. So Eric, happy Friday. Always good to see you here, my friend. What do you got for us?
Hey, yeah, thank you so much, Nick and Dave. Yeah, happy Halloween. So a couple of things that come to mind. So this month in particular, especially when we were on the road together a few weeks ago, it really just opened my eyes. And so the takeaways that I have are patience, persistence, and positivity can go a long way, and years of work can culminate in a matter of minutes.
I love that. As you know, I have the 1,000 steps philosophies that says it's going to take 90% of the time to just get you to 250 of the 1,000 steps that's necessary to get you to where you want to be. And you don't know how long it's going to take. So everybody quits before they get to 250 steps. And then 1% of the 99% quit after 500 steps, which only takes 5% more of the time. And then another 99% of the 1% of the 1% quit before they get to 1,000 steps. And that's why there's very few people that get to where they want to be or better. And when you understand that things happen slowly within the context of the 1,000 steps, and I'm happy to send the 1,000 steps to anybody, David at dmeltzer.com. If you'd like the 5 daily practices or the 1,000 steps, David at dmeltzer.com. But things happen very slowly and then all of a sudden. And I'm blessed to get to see that in so many of the people that I work with every day, with the free trainings that we do every day, the free lives that we do, the group that we have on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, the free trainings that we do, as well as the one-on-one and business advisory clients that I have. They all understand the 1,000 steps. And I'm blessed to see a lot of them that are in the 250 step range, the 500 step range, and just blessed that several have made the 1,000 steps, which then become 2,000, 4,000, and 8,000, like people like Roy Kataya with that huge exit. And what a great blessing. But, it wasn't long ago, Eric, even with Rory, we were upside down on our options. The company was backwards and forwards and sideways. And then all of a sudden, it's amazing, a touch of grace, an option, an opportunity, and a touch of favor. And all of a sudden you have a huge exit and everybody thinks you're an overnight success. Everybody is an overnight success. The success comes by utilizing the 5 daily practices. Everybody is an overnight success by utilizing the behaviors to get you where you want to be or ever. Everyone's an overnight success by detaching themselves from an outcome that they have no control over. What we have control over are those practices and behaviors that aggregate, accelerate, and compound into a divine direction and create all detours as divine as well, understanding what we're doing to interfere with our potential. What a beautiful thing. E. Meltzer, not related by blood, but related by soul. He is a soul brother of mine, and I am super proud of you. Keep up the great work. And you are about at 500 steps. You got about 5% more to get to 1,000.
Hey, sounds like a plan to me. I'm so looking forward to it. And just thank you, Dave, and thank you, Nick, for everything.
You got it. Everybody, I know David Huff and many others want the 1,000-step exercise and guide. It again is at david@dmeltzer.com. david@dmeltzer.com. We are blessed. What are we doing to interfere with it? Nick of Wam, it is your turn to find somebody else.
Absolutely. We are going from the Meltzer double to the Dave's double, as we now have Dave Shell, who has been patiently waiting to share his takeaway. So, Dave, it's great to see you here this morning. Happy Friday. Feel free to unmute yourself and share away.
Thanks, Nick. Hey, Dave. Happy Halloween.
Happy Halloween. Are you going as Fred Flintstone by chance?
You know what? I think I will this year, just because you keep on promoting it.
Oh, good. Thank you for doing it. At least for me, and send me a picture. I'd love it.
I will. I'll have to find somebody that can.
All you got to do is put a smile in a camera. You already look like Fred Flintstone. It's perfect.
That's right. I just need to find somebody that can stand in as Barney.
Right? Oh, right. Yeah, I'll do it in Rhode Island with you, but
perfect. So Gretchen and I, in September, were purposeful. One of our conversations that you and I had, one of the networking meeting, all the great things you do, was talked about how purposeful you need to be about all of these things. So Gretchen and I started purposefully getting up every morning and doing gratitude together. One, Gretchen's been doing it forever, and so she's holding me accountable. But we're literally getting together every morning and practicing purposefully 15 to 30 minutes of being thankful for all the people like you and Nick in our life and everybody else in the community. And that has been the momentum, and just the universe has amplified. And Gretchen and I are just convinced it's not only being purposefully gratitude and being purposeful about it, but actually doing it with somebody has just been crazy how exciting things are going in both of our lives because of that. So
yeah, it's interesting because there's several different layers of lessons that you've learned and are practicing. And I'm going to start with just the simple things to do or simple not to do. And nothing's easier than saying thank you. And so I just want to remind people that the fastest and easiest way to change your life is to say thank you or have a gratitude practice. It takes 0.1 seconds and it's free. And as you know, Dave, it's so simple to do since it takes 0.1 seconds and it's free. And everybody I've ever met, I've never met one person that doesn't tell me that gratitude doesn't impact their lives in an exponential manner, and it's free and it takes 0.1 seconds. But yet by the night, most of us won't say thank you. By tomorrow morning, most of us won't say thank you. And within 3 days, most of us won't say thank you. It's because human nature doesn't like simple, because the simple things to do are simple not to do. So that's the first layer. The second layer is understanding that impact of the aggregation, acceleration, and compounding the biochemical, bioanatomical, biophysical, metaphysical, quantum physical impacts that the gratitude, the practice of gratitude has. And then the third layer is one in which Einstein, in the physical realm, is that when we, and Napoleon Hill, by the way, when we have a witness, it is a process of manifestation, materialization, and monetization. It is one thing to do, say, think, feel, and believe it yourself, but it's another to have a combined. This is why marriage is so important, no matter who you marry or what you marry, because the witness is what brings about the materialization, monetization. We all know the famous saying, if a tree drops in the forest and nobody sees it, does it really drop, or does it make a sound? If you say thank you and nobody hears it, does it make a sound? Does it have the exponential impact? And I want people to think in the forms of subtleties of the simple things to do, like 0.1 seconds and free, that have the most impact on your life. And ask yourself, why am I not doing the simple things that have the most impact? And then utilizing it in order to facilitate a great manifestation. And then find someone to create a mastermind with, Start with your spouse, start with your significant other, start with someone that's most relative to you, and create a collective consciousness, a mastermind. Remember that the brain is not the mind. The brain to the mind is like a clock to time. It only quantifies a measurement of the unbelievable infinite that exists. A clock will only handle the 24 hours of the day in an infinite realm of time, past, present, and future. This is the brain to the mind, and this is the power of gratitude within the context of a coordinated, collaborated mastermind with somebody that you love. Continue that practice. And I will tell you that once again, I was talking about what a blessing it is. Dave Shell is one of those people I've been working with for years, and we keep adding zeros to the millions in the monetization and materialization of his success. Congratulations. I cannot wait to continue seeing the beautiful abundance that you're bringing into this universe. Send my love to Gretchen and continue to be grateful. Thank you, David.
Thank you, brother. And Gretchen's right here. She says she loves you too.
Oh, thank you. I miss you. She's wonderful. Oh, I'm so blessed. All right. We are blessed. Nick, what are we doing to interfere with it today?
Oh my goodness, we are letting it flow through us this morning. I am not feeling any interference because we are blessed, and especially coming off the blessed edition of the Office Hours TV show, I am feeling it extra this morning. And let's share that gratitude and that abundance with our friend, Mr. Chris Hanley, as he's been patiently waiting.
Whoa, he woke up. Chris Hanley living on East Coast time. What is it? 9:43. Chris Hanley's here. Nice.
What's up, Chris? What do you got for us this beautiful Friday? Thank you, Nick of
Whoa, you sound so tired.
Not at all. It's just, the voice box has to. I've been up. I saw that you're texting me. I'm on your time frame at 4:45. I get up to use the bathroom and I see David. Hey, let's catch up 4:45. And I know you don't like the word busy. I can't get over how active you are in studio and still focused enough to talk to a young kid that came into the studio. It's just amazing that who you come across on stage, online, is exactly who you are. And then I've been blessed to hang out with you kind of off the radar. So you are a blessing, Dave. I got down on my knees today. I did say, God, thank you. I did say, God, bring me 5 people that can help me. But now that I'm working alongside of you, I need 100 people that I can help. And I'm happy to do that. It is not a job. It is not even an opportunity. It is such a blessing to help people. And I get to experience that number 2 next to love and healthy sex, which is the feeling of gratitude and helping people. I also want to say Nick Alon was amazing, Dave. He too was active, running around doing his thing. I tell him this all the time. He is the most put together 25-year-old. I'm old enough to be his dad, but I look at him like he's my brother, learning so much from him. He literally comes up to me and he gives me a hug and he says, Mr. Hanley, are we good? I'm like, of course we're good. He's like, no. Do you need anything? I mean, here's a guy with so much responsibility. I'm just super blessed, Nick. Real quick, I had a couple of takeaways, but so I don't give you the history of the clock when you ask me for what time it is. By the way, today I'm going as myself on Halloween. I'm either going to be Shrek, Fred Flintstone, or Magilla Gorilla.
Magilla Gorilla. I haven't heard Magilla Gorilla. I like that.
All right. Real quick, when you're talking about visiting with people, I've learned that when you visit with your wife. Maybe you want to talk about like how you visit. That's my takeaway. Learning how to visit less or visit with the people you love. And then real quick, the other takeaway, which I really want to hit on, is Napoleon Hill talks about one of the most important things, taking action. And if I didn't take action in a downturn in my business, to get on a plane, to go to SolarCon, to listen to you speak on stage, to take action, to shake your hand, my life wouldn't have radically changed. So I was probably not even at 200 steps. I'm still continuing to get to 1,000 steps, although I could be at 99 or 999 steps with Joanne, but I forget to take the garbage out and I'm back to 8 steps. But anyway, thank you so much. I just wanted to say I'm super grateful for you guys, grateful for this opportunity. And yes, David, I was up at 5 a.m.
Nice. All righty. Look, ability to visit is, who are we present with? And too many people visit with people that they don't know, or they don't like, or they don't want to know, or they barely know, instead of the people that they want to be with the most. And then they use that as an excuse that they're trying to provide for the people that they want to be with the most, the ability to be with them. And it's the most ridiculous thing ever. It's the greatest piece of advice that Bob Proctor gave me. He said, with exceptions, all phone calls should last 5 minutes unless you want to visit. With exceptions, most meetings or interviews should last 20 minutes unless you want to visit. And I would suggest that you prioritize the relativity of the people that you want to visit with each and every day before you allocate your visiting time. Who do you want to be present with? People you don't know, people you don't like, people you barely know, or the people that you're visiting or blaming that you can't visit with because you are trying to have enough money and time to visit with them. It is one of the most misunderstood uses of time, how we visit. I'm an intentional visitor. I visit with my children and my wife and my friends that are relative to me, my employees and associates, and the mentees that I have every day. And I'm very careful with my time to make sure that I'm visiting with the most important people each and every day, according to my non-negotiables and according to the circumstances of the day. Great lesson that I practice as well. And we are all blessed to be on this journey together. And the second component is showing up is really important. I have a lot of friends, and they don't walk the walk when it comes to showing up. I have a lot of employees that don't walk the walk to showing up. They're unbelievable people. They are excellent extra milers. They'll go the extra mile every once in a while, but they'll use that ability to go the extra mile every once in a while to justify why they aren't where they want to be. But it's people like Chris Hanley that go the empty mile every day, 7 days a week, a minimum amount of time, paying attention, giving intention and a definiteness of purpose to show up, to fly out to things, to go ahead and wait in line for an hour to meet me, to go ahead and ask for help. I had no idea, as I get to meet millions of people, get to sign books, take pictures, do all types of things to stroke my ego, that this guy who looked like Shrek would someday be such an important person and play an important role in my business simply because he kept showing up. He's an empty miler. And I, as much as was proud of the Nick of Wam being my anchor man, we got to do a spotlight with Chris Hanley as well. And I got to witness the higher self of Chris Hanley. He has a big heart. He has the puppy dog syndrome. He wants to save everybody. But we got to teach him you can't save everybody. You got to save yourself and serve from your saucer. Another great takeaway. We don't serve from our cup. We allow our cup to overflow into the saucer, and then we pour from the saucer. So thank you for pouring from the saucer, Chris. Thank you for being such an integral part of our business and my life. As you know, I wouldn't do it if I didn't adore your wife. And so if you fuck that up, you're fired. All right. Very good.
Thank you, David. And my wife is laughing, but she was also in tears and you choked me. I'll just end it quick. I love you, brother. And I promise not to be a dick.
All right, good. I won't include you in my book then.
Beautiful. And I'm cracking up over here. And it's so funny because we do all love Chris more than words can describe, but we also know it's the better half on the other side with Joanne that he knows we love just as much as well. So
more
love to you both,
more.
Chris.
Quit being a diplomat. Quit being a diplomat. You don't be a diplomat.
I was going to give her here she is. Just say something real quick.
Good morning. Thank you, guys. And I love you all. It was a wonderful experience here in Las Vegas. I'm really glad that I came out.
I'm so glad you did as well. Like we said, showing up's important, and anything we do to be of service or value. I'm continually trying to teach Chris not to give us the history of the clock. So your life's about to get a lot better.
I really appreciate that. Thank you.
We love you, Joanne. Oh my goodness. This is one of my favorite Free Friday trainings we've done in a while, Dave, and it is the Happy Halloween edition. We got about 9 minutes left here in the fourth quarter. Let's close things out as we have a few more takeaways and questions here. And the first one is going to be from Jackie G. Jackie G, to be quite honest, I don't even know if you are in the same day with us or if you are already into tomorrow, but I hope you had an incredible Halloween nonetheless. What do you got for us this beautiful Friday?
Thank you. And guess what, Nick? I've actually been up for 23 hours and 20 minutes. I didn't get to bed until it's actually...
That's not healthy.
I know, but I was excited that I wanted to make sure that I got through to you.
Oh.
And the reason being, both a couple of important details. What I particularly want to ask is there a dedicated time for the well-oiled, it's been mentioned a few times already, but for the well-oiled machine broadcast that goes out with you and Nick, because it's really important. It might not be everybody's favorite program, but it's important to help me, because to study my calendar, which got screwed up because of a faulty device. And as we sprung forward in your tomorrow a couple of weeks ago, I'm still trying to catch up with that one.
Yeah.
And with in mind that this weekend, the US falls back an hour. So just imagine the confusion.
Yeah, I'm always confused anyway when it comes to time. But yes, so everybody that's interested in the Well-Oiled Machine podcast, first of all, we do go live with it. We're on episode number 24. The Kobe Bryant episode will be this week. We do not have a specific time in which we film the podcast. We use non-time, but we will, as we're represented by WME and have many offers, since it is my fastest growing podcast, we will post the scheduling dates. So when we schedule the dates that it goes up onto iTunes and all of that stuff on Apple TV, Reach TV, all the places that we're scrambling to get all our agreements and distribution done. We will look, if it's going to be Tuesday at 9 a.m. or whatever, that's when it'll be posted. But all of them, I believe, Nick, are available now. We can send her a link, correct?
Oh, fantastic.
Absolutely. Jackie, I will send you either a WhatsApp message or an email.
And
that's fantastic. Thank you.
If you'd like a signed Nick of Wam poster, I'll get him to send you one.
Absolutely.
We have a cool animated poster that we'll sign. We'll send it digitally to you. So it's my favorite digital poster. It's me and the Wam. We had the wrong hair color for Wam, so AI has to change that back. It was a little bit too light. What do you think, Nick?
Yeah, I was making me look a little orange, to say the least. But
yeah, you're not Dr. Samantha Hart. You're not Dr. Samantha Hart.
That sounds funny.
No.
That sounds great. I can't wait.
We love you, Jackie G. Next time, just set your alarm. Go ahead and get your 8 hours of sleep. Okay, you don't got to stay. Okay, we're not that exciting. Trust me. And if you think I am, then can you call my wife and convince her that I am, because she has no problem going to bed without me.
Beautiful. Thank you so much, Jackie. And I will be in touch with you very soon. And as we have about 5 minutes here left, this may actually be our last takeaway. We will see. But we have the incredible Sabrina, who has been patiently waiting. So Sabrina, happy Friday. Feel free to unmute yourself and share your takeaway of the month or what questions you have for David today.
Hello, David Meltzer. Long time no hear.
I love your energy.
Oh my gosh, I love your energy, and I love that you love my energy, and that's my takeaway. That's actually my takeaway. It's that being with you and getting to know you and participating in the Monday trainings and everything, which I have been listening to, because I am just like you. I'm all over the place, so sometimes I cannot go live. And too bad I missed you in Indiana because I was in Rio. But this is the takeaway. It's just like finding people that can understand your level of energy. And when you also accept, because I have always thought that, I always thought I was amazing, but people think I am too much sometimes, right? And I'm like, oh, maybe these are not my people. So understanding who we are, owning our energy and our vibration, our frequency, it's just so important. And then as a result, as a resolution, right? And then we attract these people to us. And I've met so many different coaches, and I have to say, David, you are the only one who can actually handle it.
I love it. I look at your frequency is your neighborhood. Remember that, and we want to make sure that our neighborhood is filled with people that we can help and people that can help us. So even if there's even if there's energy that is not completely congruent with ours, it has to be accepting in the fact that they are willing for us to help them, elevate them, and we have to have also people in our neighborhood that are elevating us. And so please remember that your frequency is your neighborhood, and your neighborhood's like a team. You're the aggregate of the teams that you play on by the subject matter topics and expertise that most interest you. And so instead of thinking of things in the realm of I'm the aggregate of the 5 people I spend the most time with, think of it in the realm of your neighborhoods, and each neighborhood has its own subject matter topic or expertise. And I want to be very aware of and intentional with the neighborhoods that I belong to according to subject matters, topics, and expertise that I'm interested in. I want to know what position in that neighborhood I want to play, and I want to make sure that there's people in my neighborhood that can help me get to where I want to be or better. And there's people in my neighborhood that I can help get to where they want to be or better. Just because I have a higher or a lower frequency, a greater vibration than others, doesn't mean that we can't help one another and regulate, coordinate, and collaborate that frequency, that vibration. It is the interfering vibration, the interfering frequencies that we want to make sure that we're aware of. And those are the ones that we want to dissipate, dissolve, and disappear, and making sure that we don't spend time visiting, quote unquote, with those interfering frequencies. And so you are full of light. We all have the exact same amount of energy. Some of us interfere with it less than others, and you're one of those people that I'm telling you, you just interfere with that energy less and less and less every time I get to hear you, see you, speak with you. And I cannot wait for the next time that we get to see each other, because you also give some extraordinary hugs. So thank you so much for bringing, yes, you do, for bringing the light, the love, and lesson.
I am a hugger. It's interesting because I meet lots of people, and then, they come shake hands, and I'm like, look, that's not my style, my friend. Give me a hug.
Exactly.
And it's interesting because, what you just said, David, is just so beautiful, because we also need to understand who we are. Because when those interferences happen, we tend to level our energy.
Yeah.
And it cannot be that way, right? We need to just let's stop, drop, and roll, right? Let's stop, drop, and roll.
You got it. Please, everyone, remember, be more interested than interesting. Be kind to your future self, and do good deeds. Thank you, everyone.